Welcome to Chris Allen's podcast. And here comes the show. Alright, guys, welcome to the show. Today, we're going to talk about something I haven't talked about in a while. And that's the WWE. Yeah! Woo! Wrestling! Yeah! I love wrestling. Been out of the loop for a while. Look, I love the WWE. I don't have time for the AEW. I barely have time for the WWE. WWE puts up 5 hours of content a week, not counting pay-per-views. That's a lot to watch. And albeit I enjoy it, but between other things I like to watch, between enjoying reading books and, I don't know, work and wanting to see my child, I'm generally behind, which is fine. Doesn't bother me, but sometimes once you get behind, you're like, crap, and you just stop watching. And that's what I did. But here in the last couple of weeks, I've gotten back into it. Because, like I said, I love wrestling. I love going to live shows, love watching wrestling. And I saw a story that made me angry. And I don't know if I should have let it bother me as much as I did, but it did bother me. And that is, they're talking about bringing Sasha Banks and Naomi back into the WWE. Putting them back on the roster, giving them matches again, bringing them back. And there you go. That's a text message. Yeah, that's how much I love wrestling. That's my text message sound. Yay. So I don't think they should get to come back to WWE. At least not anytime soon. For those of you who don't know, Sasha Banks and Naomi were the WWE Tag Team Women's Champions. And let's talk about the women's division as a whole right now and over the last couple of years and how much they've stepped it up and actually trying to treat them like wrestlers and having wrestlers, and how the next program, which is a developmental show, develop the Performance Center and all that good stuff, has pushed the women into actually being wrestlers rather than being floozies. I mean, I started watching wrestling back when they literally were bringing in models who knew nothing about wrestling to be wrestlers. And they were bringing them in just for looks, just for long legs, just for big boobs, and teaching them to wrestle a little bit, but most of them didn't know how to take a bump, didn't know. It looked horrible. And then you put them with somebody like a Jacqueline or a Victoria who knew how to wrestle, and it just made them look even worse. Like at one point, the biggest thing a woman could get in wrestling wasn't a championship, it was a Playboy cover. Like they'd have grand unveilings of the Playboy covers. They did it for Sable, and they did it for Christy Hemme. Like, never won a title, but we're going to have a grand unveil of your Playboy cover. That's what the women's division used to be. And it got better. I want to say it kind of started with Paige. It started getting better. Like it was getting better before that, but Paige came in, and that really turned it around, and then they actually got rid of the Divas champion and gave them an actual women's championship belt, and then the wrestling has improved. They brought in Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks. Now they're actual wrestlers. No, yeah, all of them look pretty. Let's not pretend like they don't. But they brought in actual wrestlers. I really would love to go back in time and grab a Luna Vachon or a Jacqueline, a Trish Stratus, the ones who did wrestle back in the day, who knew what they're doing, and take them in their young age and put them in this group. I think it'd be amazing. But now, those are all kind of retired. But Sasha Banks and Naomi were scheduled to wrestle in the main event of WWE Raw that night. And it was a big all-women's match, competing for first number one contender, I do believe it was, to go to a pay-per-view event and challenge the champion. And I think Naomi was actually, according to the articles you read, that scheduled to win that match and then probably lose in the championship match because this thing is still Bianca by that time. And they were the champions. They were the tag team women's champions. Right? And they were so mad about this that Sasha and Naomi went into John Laurinaitis' office, because he was in charge of things at the time. He's not anymore, but he was at the time. And threw down their belts saying, you don't respect the women's tag team titles, so we're quitting. We're out. We're done. We're leaving. We're taking our ball and going home. Y'all don't respect us. I'm sort of thinking, how is it not respect if you're literally in the main event going to get a title shot Like, that's respect. They don't do that for everybody. Like, you're literally the champion. You have a main event. So they didn't have a major storyline at the time for Tag Team Championship. That happens sometimes. I mean, right now, Bobby Lashley's the United States champion, and he got used basically to put over the feud between Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins. His last match on Raw literally was just a put over for that feud. Riddle interfered, so Rollins lost, and yeah. That's the almighty Bobby Lashley, and he played his role. He didn't complain, at least not where anybody heard. He may have said something in the back. Who knows? I don't. And, that's what happens. That's how it works. Sometimes you have to play your role, and then you get that big match later. Because I'm telling you right now, y'all hung out for a little bit. The Women's Division Tag Team Championship right now, it's blowing up. So they brought back Bayley, and they got the Damage Control with Dakota Kai, and the other girl whose name I can't remember. I apologize. They brought back Alexa Bliss with Azuki. I'm horrible pronouncing names. I'm sorry. With Bianca Belair, like almost like a trios thing going on with that group. They got Raquel and her partner Allie, who got hurt, so they brought in Shotzi. So you got Raquel and Shotzi together. Like, if you just took your time, played your role, like, it was coming. They had plans, but it is what it is. Like, you have to do that. And like, Bayley's killing it as always. The only thing about Bayley right now that's killing me is the way her makeup looks. They're packing it on awfully thick, trying to make it look like she has a tan. That girl does not have a tan. They just need to accept that. Good grief. But even that's no big deal. They're trying to make her look darker because she's a heel character now rather than when she was all happy and stuff. And it's a little too far. But they're killing it. Like, honestly. And the women's division right now is amazing. Like, and Becky Lynch is going to come back in a little bit, more shoulder. And like, you guys could have been a part of that. And you chose to take your ball and go home. Well, if you choose to take your ball and go home, stay home. Don't come back. I don't want to see you. You disrespect. Go wrestle for AEW. Go wrestle in that shit show of a company. Go ahead. They take all of WWE's trash. And some of the good stuff, but the trash too. So yeah, go there. I'm sure Ruby Soho will tell you how great of a transition that was for her and how it's helped her. She hasn't won anything over there, is she? They made a big deal about it and just had her go there to lose. Or asked Bryan Danielson how he's liking it over there. They won't let him win a match. He's lost to everybody repeatedly. Like, they just bring him in to like, oh, look, he's the greatest wrestler of all time. Oh, he lost again. See, this other guy's better. They use him like a jobber almost at this point. Yeah, so let's just respect where you're at, but you didn't. So now you gotta pay the price. I don't think you should be back on TV for years. I don't think they should pay you. I think they should send you home and leave you there until you paid some dues. Maybe have to go work the indie circuit for a while. That way you respect what the WWE did for you. Like, you're doing a job most people would kill for. And by all means, it's hard work. It ain't easy. I couldn't do it. I'm not trying to say I can. But you blew it, so you should have to stay home. Now, let's talk about some other things going on in the WWE that is absolutely killing me right now. And one, find something for Bobby Lashley to do. Bobby Lashley is an amazing athlete. I'm beginning to wonder if he's hurt. Honestly, like, how can you not have Bobby Lashley in some kind of feud at this point? You have no feud with him. And you've got Braun Strowman back. The monster among monsters now, which is awesome. Put him and Lashley into something together. Honestly, like, I hate seeing Lashley as a champion, especially what seems like on the back burner. I'm not saying he should be main eventing every show, but he's a solid top mid-card guy. Let's make that United States champion seem important again. And I'm so sick of Roman Reigns. And I realize at this point I'm supposed to be sick of Roman Reigns. I think that's what y'all are going for, but we're gone a little too far. And I realize y'all are pushing for this longest run as a champion ever, beat Hulk Hogan's record. You're having the Usos beat New Day's record. I got all that. But the one thing about wrestling I can't stand, and y'all do it with heels all the time, is you never let them win a match cleanly. And I get that. But at the same time, I wouldn't hate Reigns as much if you let him win occasionally cleanly. The boy only wrestles in pay-per-views, and he doesn't wrestle in every pay-per-view. So let him have a clean win. Let him have the Clash at the Castle with Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns versus McIntyre was an amazing match. I know you're not going to let Drew McIntyre win. Got it. You want to keep Reigns on the belt. And you got a giant pop for bringing Solo in the way you did. I get that. I understand. But at the same time, having Reigns just kick out of the Claymore and then Drew McIntyre pop up in shock and suddenly get speared would have been a better ending to that match without the interference. And then have Solo show up and escort Reigns out of it. Although, honestly, I really feel like y'all are doing something with him that's going to be awesome. Because the Bloodline's completely over as heels and kind of as faces because they get cheers and booed both ways. It's really, really good. Like, everybody's engaged. It's awesome. And, like, anytime anything with Sami Zayn happens, it's a giant pop. Like, they love Sami Zayn, and they should because he's awesome. The beard's straggly as all crap. Whatever. I'm just jealous because I can't grow a beard. Y'all putting him where Solo is strictly on his side. Like, he likes him. Like, Jay hates him, but Solo likes him. I'm foreseeing something with this, and God, I hope it's what they do. Because the Bloodline holds all the championships, right? They hold the tag team championships for both brands. They hold both WWE championships. Y'all ain't even worrying about the Intercontinental Champion as the Bloodline, which is fine. But how awesome, because Jay hates Sammy so much. And the other Uso doesn't seem to care, but Solo likes them. They get along. So let's take and have the Usos as a tag team versus Solo and Sammy and have them win, say, the Raw tag title. Just the Raw title. Just one set. And then you can break them up and have the Usos on SmackDown and the Bloodline of Solo and Sammy on Raw. And split up the tag team titles again. I think that would be awesome. And that could like literally be the beginning of the downfall of the Bloodline, like them breaking apart. I think that would be an awesome line catch way to do it. I really like that. And eventually you're going to have Reigns lose. It's got to happen. He can't be champion forever. Who? Who are you going to be Reigns? Y'all have made him invincible. So who are you going to do? You can have the Demon do it. That'd be awesome. You can bring back Bray Wyatt, have the Fiend do it. That'd be awesome. People you have in there right now. Braun Strowman. Once he feuds with Lashley and, I don't know, loses for whatever reason or wins, whatever, Strowman versus Reigns. But whoever it is, it's got to be at a WrestleMania. You can't have Reigns at this point lose that title anywhere but WrestleMania. And it's going to be like when the streak ended. It's going to be such a shock when it happens. And who you pick to do it. So, next Royal Rumble, whoever y'all have win the Royal Rumble, needs to beat Reigns at WrestleMania. That will be huge. And, yeah, for people who do the writing for WWE are going to hear this, but whatever. That'd be great. Put Braun Strowman in a feud with Lashley. Then bring back Bray Wyatt. Or, you know what, pick somebody else. Pick somebody new. Give Riddle a fair shot. Riddle's amazing. Or hopefully by then Randy Orton comes back. Randy Orton, if anybody could beat Reigns and have it be believable, it's Randy Orton. Like, imagine Reigns going for a spear and bam, RKO out of nowhere, match over. Or since it's Reigns, we're going to do some serious stuff, like get Reigns on the top rope and RKO him off the top rope. You know, just to make it look good. Let's do that. Let's do that at WrestleMania. Like, keep Orton on the shelf until the Royal Rumble. Have him be the 30th entry. Keep it a secret the best you can. Lord knows I know that's impossible. And then, bam, done. Orton wins the Royal Rumble. And then Orton wins WrestleMania and defeats Reigns. I like it. That is my suggestion. And get Bobby Lashley in a feud right now with Braun Strowman. Oh, I want to see Braun Strowman break the Hurt Lock. That's what I want to see. The shock on Lashley's face when the Hurt Lock gets broken by Braun Strowman. Come on now. We're talking classic awesomeness wrestling. And, oh yeah, by the way, just want to discuss this real quickly. Thank you this year for making Extreme Rules actually Extreme Rules. Pissed me off last year so bad. Like, oh, it's Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And, like, no, every match was just a regular match. This year, you've got a strap match, you got a fight pit match, you got an Extreme Rules match. And that's just what I know of at this point. You'll probably add more. Thank you for actually making Extreme Rules matter this year. That it's actually Extreme Rules for some matches. All right, guys, that was just me a little bit talking about some WWE and what I want to see happen and what I hope happens and what I wish would happen. All right, guys, you guys have an awesome day, wonderful day. Be awesome, be cool, be amazing. Talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed the show. There's 2 shows on the network to enjoy. The Chris Allen Podcast and Middle of the Road with Chris Allen and Jason E. Jones. By all means, listen to both shows. If you want to support the shows, patreon.com/worstjokes. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Facebook on the Chris Allen Podcast page, or you can find us on Twitter at cman2342. By all means, check out one of those places. Send us a message. We're also on YouTube. Find us on YouTube, and it's all good stuff. Again, if you want to be on the show, send us a DM. Have you on the show, tell a story, tell a joke, whatever you want to do. We will look forward to hearing from you guys soon, and everybody have a wonderful night.